Hello, everyone. My name is Dan Bossi, president of Ag Resource Company in Chicago, and I'd like to kind of do a preview of the upcoming Seedings and Stocks report to be released Tuesday, March 31st. The reports tend to be one of the most volatile of the year, and by that I'm saying is that forecasting seeding intentions of producers has produced great anxiety within the marketplace, and is one of those estimates we all start debating after the fall harvest. By that I'm saying November, December, and then start looking forward to the next production cycle in the Northern Hemisphere. This year is even more difficult than normal. As Ag Resource surveys some of our farmers, we find anyway that there is still probably 4 to 6 million acres up in the air because of the price of fertilizers, the unknowns of spring weather, and the diminished profitability outlook that we are seeing this year versus last year. In the higher areas, the yielding areas of the Midwest, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, southern Minnesota, we are finding that farmers are tending to lean a little more towards corn based on those high yield prospects. But as we look towards the fringe areas, there is a definite movement away from corn more towards soybeans, and that's particularly through the Delta and the southeast corner of the United States. The reports will be, of course, looking at total cropped acreage. USDA, within their forum back in February, their outlook forum, forecast that total cropped acreage in the United States would fall 4 million acres. We tend to agree with this, so we're a little less. We're somewhere around 3.7 million. But in some of those areas last year that brought new acreage into production the last couple of years, which was a total of 10 million acres, we think probably 3 or 3.5 million acres won't get seeded. So we will see a decline in total farmed acres in the United States. Ag Resource is looking for U.S. corn seedings to be about 83.4 million acres. We are looking for soybeans to be 80.2. So that would be a record large U.S. soybean plantings estimate, would likely lead to a sharp increase in end stocks in the new crop year. But for corn, we're looking for extremely low end stocks if that planting estimate came to bear. That would give us end stocks somewhere around 850 million, and of course provide considerable anxiety in the marketplace for yield going forward. The stocks estimates probably won't have a lot of fanfare. U.S. corn end stocks are forecast a little bit over 7 billion bushels, 7.38 billion bushels, 7.038, billion bushels. That number is, again, either the largest or second largest March corn end stock total in history. So we definitely have adequate corn end stocks around us, at least until we get into a new crop position. Wheat stocks are supposed to recover dramatically up to a little over 1.063 billion bushels. That's a large stock total. Soybean end stocks would be the only real bullish element on the stocks number. There we could, of course, see a decline from a year ago and cause a need for rationing if, of course, the Chinese remain active in their U.S. soybean purchases. So the March stocks reports, probably the big feature will be the soybeans residual number and soybean stocks. And then, of course, seedings, it's probably going to be corn and the amount of corn that's shifted to soybeans. Looking at, of course, past history, we don't see a lot of indication here of change. In the last 20 years, corn has rallied 12 of those years following the day after the report. And in soybeans, it's 11 of those years in the past 20 years. So, it's about 50-50, maybe tilted a little bit towards the bullish avenue in terms of corn and beans based on price analysis. If, of course, the industry is right in this corn versus soybean shift, we would imagine that the focus will become very quickly on spring weather conditions and how much corn and how quickly we can get it into the ground in the last half of April. There's already worry about excess moisture in some portions of the Midwest, so the report will set us up for that. In a general sense, Ag Resource is looking for a positive corn estimate on seedings, neutral on stocks, soybeans bearish on seedings, but could be slightly positive on stocks. And for wheat, spring wheat plantings will be down, particularly with all the flooding through the northern plains. But again, there's going to be adequate old crop stocks that help buffer that. So in a general sense, we'll be back trading outside markets and weather. This report, though, is, again, highly unreliable to forecast seedings. So if there are any surprises, we think they would be tilted towards maybe more corn acreage in the fatter area of the Midwest where yields are higher. This is Dan Bossi of Ag Resource. We wish you all a good report next Tuesday. And if we can provide any kind of assistance, please let us know. Again, thank you, and look forward to talking to you again. Bye-bye.